Alrighty, I've had a lot of people ask me how I make my pizza dough, so I decided it would be easier to make a video and anyone can bring it up anytime and see just how easy it is to make great pizza at home. So the first thing that I do is start with 1 cup of warm water to proof my yeast. Now, you need your water at about 105 degrees. I get mine right out of the tap, and I actually been making pizza for so long, I know just what 105 approximately should feel like. So I get that ready. If you would like, until you get a really good feel for it, you can use a thermometer and test the water until it's around 105, and then start with that. So basically, you take the 1 cup of water and you put in a bowl and sprinkle 1 package of yeast on the top of it. I like Fleischmann's yeast. I've tried quite a few of them throughout the years, and each one will give you a little bit of a different flavor. So, you know, you could try and see which ones you like. But this right here is what we're looking for. It's blooming. So what that means is you're just looking for the murkiness. You could see the murkiness developing. And right now, this has a really nice smell coming off of it as well. But that's what you want. The cloudiness, the murkiness. That means that your yeast is proofing and that it's going to raise your dough very nicely. And that's the importance of getting your water at about 105. You don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold, or your yeast is not going to perform like that. So the yeast is ready, the yeast water is ready, and I'm just gonna let that go for a little bit. I let it go while I measure 3 cups of bread flour into my KitchenAid. Bread flour is great for pizza. It's what the pizza parlors use. So you get a really nice, a little bit more, restaurant-like quality to your pizza. It's bread flour. They call it high gluten. It's the same thing. The higher gluten also makes it easier to stretch or to roll whatever is going to work easiest for you to get your dough into the pan. So that was 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups into the KitchenAid with the dough paddle. You see the dough hook. That is called the dough hook, actually, not the paddle. All right, so I put the 3 cups into the KitchenAid with the dough hook, and then I add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. When I put it in, give it a little stir around, because you don't want that all in one place, because it could kill yeast. So just spread it out in there. All right, now this is nice. My yeasty water is nice. We know it's ready to go. I like to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Some places do, some restaurants do, some don't. I like it. I just do it. So we do 2 tablespoons of olive oil right in there. And now that's ready to go into the KitchenAid. So here we go. Spill it right in there. Take that off the edge. There we go. Okay. Now, put that down. And we put it on the first speed setting. See if we get a little closer in there. Oh, no, first speed. There we go. There we go. Now, here comes a little bit. I always say that dough making is a little bit of an art, because depending on your humidity in the air, it absolutely affects your dough as far as how much water that you will need to use. Typically, 99% of the times, I would say, I'm going to have to add a little bit of water, but I don't want to start out with too much water. It's just better to add a little bit as you go. So I'm looking at this, and I will stop it a few times until I get it the way that I want to see it. Now, right now, as I'm tossing this, it is very, very dry. very dry. This is all super dry, not even sticking the slightest bit. See, my hand's so floury. So what I'm gonna do right now, where a little bit of the art comes in, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of warm water. At about the 105 degrees, just like we started with. There's 1. And there's 2. You don't want to go too crazy and add too much. It's better, like you said, to add it slowly. It gives a better consistency to the dough if you don't have to go back and forth between adding too much water and then maybe having to add more flour and then go back and forth that way. It's better to do it slowly like this as you go. Now I'm watching it in there. What you want is to get to a point where it is just one ball going around the dough hook. It's a good way to know that your texture is going to be good, your water content. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop it again. Lift it up. Check it out. Okay, so pull it all off the dough hook. Scrunch around the bottom. Get the bits up off the bottom. And now I'm feeling this. Now I'm going to show you. This is what it's looking like right now. And you know, so this is good. This is good. See that little bit stuck there, but comes off. So you want it to be a little bit sticky, but not create a mess all over your hands. I can't get this off sticky, okay? So here we go. I think that's going to be a beautiful dough. Put it back into the KitchenAid. Make sure I press up any bits on the bottom. And there we go. Now I will watch it. Make sure it's doing what I'm staying in the one ball. Make sure it's forming a nice ball. That's what you want. Okay. Yep, there we go. Take it off one more time. See if it needs either a little more flour. Hopefully not. No, gorgeous. There you go. All right. So I back this up. There you go. This is nice. Now, this should go 5 minutes in the KitchenAid. So you get it to the consistency that it's doing a nice ball, not too wet, not too dry. Then you just let it sit in there for 5 minutes and go through the kneading process. I'm not going to do the 5 minutes because, for the purpose of this video, I do not want to let it go 5 minutes. But when you're making it, let it go for 5 minutes. Let it knead for 5 minutes. All right. So we'll fast forward. Pretend I let that go for 5. And I get my bread, it's a vegetable bag from the produce section of the grocery store. These work wonderfully. Open it up, set it on the counter. Okay, now, say 5 minutes passed. I take this off the dough hook, right? And now I knead it again by hand, just a little. I've read the stretching and pulling develops things in the dough nicely with this whatever protein structures, whatever. Pull. Put it into a ball, and I just keep pulling and put it into a ball, and then just for like a minute, and then I form it into a nice round ball. Okay, gorgeous. And now into the vegetable bag, like this. All right, we have it here. And then all I do is just kind of loop over the edge of the end of the bag. Just fold it over a little bit. Now you can put this on your table and let it raise I like to go about 3 hours. I like to have these made about 3 hours ahead before I'm going to actually make my pizza. So that's it. Put in a warmer room in your house. Let it set for, just give it at least 3 hours. It'll rise up beautifully. And then it's ready to go. You can stretch it into your tray, or you can roll it, whatever you're most comfortable with. And the more you make it, it gets so easy to get it into the shape that you want into the pan. And have fun, okay? Use different cheeses, experiment with it, toss different cheeses together, use your favorite cheese, and, try some, different toppings, your favorite toppings, whatever. Enjoy, and hope it all works out for you.